If you get mild hecklers that are kind of, sometimes if you turn it around, you can turn it around and make them look stupid, then the audience will laugh at them, then they usually just shut down. But there's been a couple times you have to say some pretty heinous things to them.
My wife's all right. She's out in the car.
Where she should be.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Look at that. Where she should be. How long are you married, dude?
5.
It's not.
He's not. Listen. Fucking heckling each other here. Sammy Hagar fans going at each other.
Hecklers probably feel like they need to be part of the show because they're not up there being the comedian, and if they can heckle, it's like a free one-way pass to be a comedian.
You get some people that want to be part of the show, and they think they're funny, and they might come up with some funny stuff. But if you get some mean people that are just drunk or they had a bad day, and they just, those are the people who's just like, I don't really have too much to say to them because, they're drunk and they don't really get it. Even if you do a great put-down line on them, they won't know it because they're so drunk. So.
Hecklers, no, hecklers don't bother me. Sometimes, if I'm really, really focused on my act and I have a heckler, I really put them in their place. But if they're belligerent, then I hate when I have to get mean, because I can be mean and funny at the same time. So sometimes, most of the time when I cut a heckler, he'll have to look at himself and go, you know what, I'm being an asshole. But if I have to get mean and cut you, I really don't like that. But I handle hecklers very well.
I could make people cry, which is really terrible, but you have to, it's like using the force, and you can't be using it in public. I used to tell people that if I killed somebody right before my period, I'd never go to jail. And then once off stage, I think I scared the shit out of a salesperson.
I encourage it.
Why is that?
Because it adds a real moment to a show. And I could take it, I could handle it. I've handled them all. Well, I've done prison shows. I've done shows in male prisons. I've done shows for thousands of drunken New York City cops. I've done shows with 3,000 Mexicans that were drunk, no women. So I've done the toughest shows that anyone's ever done. So for some guy to yell out, one half of ass line, I can take care of it.
Women are worse than men because women don't know when to shut up. And that's not being sexist or misogynist. It's just the way it is. Guys will go like, "Oh, okay, you got me." Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
You have to be easy. You have to kind of be easy on the ladies, because you don't want an audience to turn on you. But this one lady wouldn't shut up. So I finally asked her, "Why are you talking? What do you want?" She said, "I want you to say something funny." I said, "Okay, you're beautiful."
Most people wouldn't dare say anything to me. Have you noticed that? They're really afraid because I come out and I go, hey, and I go right in and talk to them right away. And so they figure out real early on that getting into a verbal conversation with me is probably not the best move.
If it's someone that's like messed up and drunk or stoned or something like that, and there's no talking to them. See, you don't want to engage a heckler because you're going to lose your entire audience. So I do a couple of lines or 3 lines. And if that doesn't do it and they just keep talking, I go to a different part of the stage, deal with that. They either quiet down or hopefully the maitre d' comes over and takes care of the situation.
Hecklers, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're really unstable, but they just didn't go into comedy. A lot of times after the show, they'll want to come up to you and say, hey, I'm glad I could help your show. I go, what? Oh, yeah, where were you? Gee, I wish you could help me every show, or else I wouldn't have an act.
But same for the person, Mark Chapman, who killed John Lennon. He said, I couldn't be John Lennon. I idolized John Lennon. So since I couldn't be him, I killed him. I think the heckler syndrome is similar to that. I'm not up on the stage, but if I can heckle you, I can take some of your power away from you, or I can get attention that you want to have.
What's wrong? You get enough attention as a child, and go find a priest. Yeah.
You're like, hey, if they want to be miserable, let them be miserable. They're part of the. If I say they're anti-establishment, they're probably part of the establishment, and they don't like being poked fun at. You know what I mean?
Comedy is truth. Comedy is the best way of understanding life. Filtered. It filters out the BS and all the other crap, and the real stuff comes out on the other side. Comedy is stuff that we can say without getting sued for sexually, and also saying something unpolitically correct.